Hi there everyone, welcome to another ORAS Wi-Fi battle. This was a battle I had on my stream the other day. I told people to bring whatever Pokemon they wanted, and I'll be bringing... And I was just trying out my, I suppose you could call it an RU team. No, Florges is UU, so yeah, I was just trying out whatever I wanted. And I got challenged by this person Barry, who ends up bringing a Mega Kangaskhan. I knew that would be a hassle, but here we go. So, of course, I decide to lead off with my Leavanny, knowing I need to get up that sticky web. He leads off with his Bronzong. Here I figure I go straight for the knockoff, because I know those things are weak against dark moves, and lucky me I get the crit. I see this thing is going to be a dual screener, considering it was holding Light Clay, and here I decide to get off my sticky web. Doesn't matter if he gets a screen up, considering I knocked off the Light Clay. And even with this Reflect Up now, the next knockoff will kill him. So down goes that old bell. And Leavanny's looking pretty strong here. Out comes the Rotom Oven, and I go for a knockoff. And I see it has a Chesto Berry, which makes me believe this is a Resto Chesto set. It goes for the Will-O-Wisp, burning me, halving my attack. Quite surprised it didn't go for the grass move. Perhaps he predicted me to switch out, because I'm not sure what I was planning there. So he switches out with the Volt Switch, and brings in his Milotic. Here I figure it's probably best to get a knockoff on. But as it gets caught in my sticky web, it gets the competitive boost, which could be a problem, but considering how slow it should be, all Milotics, except mine of course, are defensive, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I knock off its Shell Bell, and it goes for a super effective Ice Beam. So down goes Leavanny. The Reflect just wears off now. And I switch into Florges, knowing that since this is probably a defensive Milotic, I'm best getting Toxic off. Unfortunately I miss, and it is able to get a Toxic on me instead. Here we have a little bit of a stall war of our two defensive healing Pokemon. I decide to go straight for another Toxic. I need to make sure that thing is taken care of. And he goes for a Recover, feigning that I shouldn't be able to do anything to him. I'm hesitant to go for a Moonblast here because I do not want to give this thing another double special attack boost. Poison starts to rack up on me, but I'm not too scared, and I decide to go for Aromatherapy here, getting rid of it. Great utility move on Florges there. He goes for an Ice Beam, but luckily for me I am not a Grass type, and that doesn't affect me too bad. Another one will probably kill me, so I decide to go for the Wish here. And he goes to Toxic me again. Taking that toxic damage. But I decide to stay in here, seeing that, just hoping that I get lucky. I'm able to get rid of the poison again. And instead of Ice Beaming me to death, he goes for Recover, perhaps predicting that I had Protect. So I got my Florges pretty much back at full health, with no status conditions, while the Toxic keeps racking up on that Milotic. Here I decide to go for another Wish, because his Ice Beam would be a free hit KO. But out comes the Scald, which does a considerable amount of damage, and even gets the burn. We both take residual damage. That toxic racking up quite a bit there. It does almost half HP on him. Here I decide I'm probably safe to go for the Moonblast. It'll either kill or very nearly kill, and I get the crit. Not sure whether that mattered. Probably did. But I get my health back anyway. Now that that defensive wall is out of the way, I decide to stay in here and see what he has. Out comes the Kangaskhan. Truth be told, I haven't found out whether it's this or the galley that was Kangaskhan by this point, but we see that this is the Mega. I decide to either stay in and go for a Wish or a Aromatherapy here, but of course Kangaskhan does what it does best and goes for a Fake Out. Which with that Parental Bond does quite a bit of damage. I know that since it's caught in the Sticky Web I should outspeed, so I decide to get a Wish up here and help out the next Pokemon I switch in. I know it's Florges has had her time and it's time for her to go. So he goes for a Power-Up Punch, which with the Parental Bond is enough to kill me. And raise his attack twice. Or her attack twice, sorry. Or their attack twice, sorry. So out comes the Hitmonchan. I figure I should be faster than it. But he decides to switch out straight away anyway. Into his Rotom, hoping to burn me, while I decide to get get a Bulk Up. Now Hitmonchan has some decent attack behind him. I'm able to go straight for a Drain Punch, boosted with Iron Fist, which does a considerable amount of health. Here he will-o-wisp me, and I was a bit, no, poor Hitmonchan. But then I suddenly realised I had the Lumberry on this guy. So down goes the Rotom. And back comes the Kangaskhan. It's probably going to want to do what they do best with Fake Out and Sucker Punch. But I figure hopefully with that defense boost I got from Bulk Up I should be able to take all those attacks. I take the Fake Out pretty well, even though he gets a crit. And Sucker Punch is resisted, and I do have plus a defense, and we can see that doesn't do nearly enough damage to me. And I'm able to get a Drain Punch off and gain back most of that HP. In fact, I'm able to gain back all that HP. Drain Punch again, just in case he wanted to go for the Sucker Punch. But perhaps he tried to go for a return there, but it was too late. Out comes Gallade. Now none of my moves are very effective against this guy except maybe Ice Punch, but I go straight for the Drain Punch. Figure I'll just see how it does. Unfortunately for me, he gets the critical hit on that Psycho Cut, and down goes Hitmonchan. Since it's not a Mega, I know its attack is not too insane, and I decide to switch in Regirock, who should be able to take a physical fighting attack. I get the Rock Polish up, so that I'll definitely outspeed once my weakness policy has been activated. He does gain back a considerable amount of HP from that Drain Punch, however. But up goes the weakness policy, and I figure I'll get a Drain Punch off. I'll gain back enough HP, and even if he wants to Drain Punch me now, I should survive it. But for some reason he changes his mind and goes for an Ice Punch. The non-stab doesn't do him any favours, and down he goes to a Drain Punch. So in comes his last Pokemon, and it turns out to be a Scrafty. And considering he's a Dark type and I've got a fighting move, this seals the deal for me and gives me the victory. Almost restoring my health to full as well. Down goes Scrafty, and there we have it. That was a decent battle. I was quite surprised I was able to take out a Mega Kangaskhan so easily. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed.